webcam, but you know what? We don't need Wraith to have a webcam to cast. He's still going to be here. He's not going to be Willow Fox.
It's not working.
That is totally okay.
It says it's running. Discord just doesn't like it today.
That's quite all right. Maybe it's something on my end. But, ladies and gentlemen, we made it. Here we go. Game number 1 of the night. Norman Sucks versus Rando Rambos. And the first ban of the night is that Darius. No shocker there. No shocker.
Darius been strong for a while and going to be taken off the table initially. Now, the Corky ban is something that I'm a little interested to see. Probably a targeted ban right there. So these teams probably getting a little bit of that quick scouting done beforehand. These are a little bit off meta, especially the Corky. Not very strong champion, but if somebody on the opposite team mains it, worth the ban. Now, Heimerdinger, on the other hand, is a little bit of a fringe case, but still strong enough to be ban-worthy. Also, the Echo, another, well, more than fringe case. I haven't seen Echo banned in a very long time. And the brand, both very strong in the supportive and the mid lane roles, though he is more prioritized as support right now. All right, so we've got a little bit of delay, and it looks like the Zyra is going to be picked up. Now, Zyra, at this point in the meta, can actually go both mid and bot. Dark Harvest is actually really good on her because she can get the stacks really easily. Lucian taken for the bot lane along with the Pyke, though they're both sporting Smite at the moment.
We got Pyke in the jungle, baby!
Duo jungle with Lucian, thank you very much.
Yeah,
though this might be Lucian mid.
He is supposed to receive a slight nerf in the near future. In the next patch, actually, he's supposed to get nerfed a little bit, scale him back. They don't want him to be as crazy in the mid lane as he's been. I've also seen him played in the top lane a handful of times. So he's just a bit too strong as a solo carry. They really want to focus on that supportive role a lot more. I like, though, the combos he can set up with that Lucian using the Bone Lance and immediately into the stun. Lucian can full culling, do some pretty good destruction there. However, we might see Lucian in the top lane. He's spouting that teleport at the moment, so we could get a different AD carry for the bottom lane.
Yeah, definitely the teleport more likely going to be going toward the mid lane. However, ADCs do have the ability to use those other spells now. They don't have to be locked into heal. Teleport on AD was a big thing a couple of months ago, allowing for a tempo advantage. You push in, get to your item breakpoint, then recall after you push a wave in, and then teleport back to lane. That basically keeps your lane opponent from being able to back and buy. So essentially, you have a BF sword advantage. Either they back initially, like right after you, and lose 3 waves of CS, or they have to lane until you back again with a 40 AD disadvantage. It's a win-win situation. Unless, of course, you get all in.
I do like the new changes with teleport, making sure that you're guaranteed to go through. You cannot cancel teleports anymore. It really makes sure that you have to be committed to going in, and you're all in. There's no chance to back out. There's no... how many times in the pro scene did we see both top laners start teleports to prep for a fight, and then they're both kind of baiting each other until both of them finally cancel, and nothing ends up happening anyway. It's a lot more boring. This keeps things fun, high-paced, and energy-filled. Though, yeah. I am curious, Sivir is super good at wave clear. Lucian, a duelist in the early game, pretty darn good as well with his passive. Which one waves clear faster? Because I feel like Sivir actually wins out in just wave clear power.
Sivir in spades. Like, it's not even close. Because Lucian burns himself out of mana so fast. And his Light Slinger doesn't deal full damage except to the first minion it strikes. His passive does do well in more toward the mid game, where he has a little bit more mana regen, and he can throw and his spells are on a shorter cooldown. However, Sivir's
going to be stepping into that Bone Lance to say, hey, I'll take it so I can get some more mana. Thank you very much. I'll just spell shield, get my mana back, push the wave back in. Might make it a little more difficult for Lucian to push her in, as we see a LeBlanc and an Irelia coming out from the Rando Rambos. as they grab a bit more high mobility champions. So you're going to see a lot of people blinking all over this map.
Wow. This Sivers are really like the odd man out in this composition right now. You have Assassin, Burst Mage Assassin, Tanky Assassin, and really high burst damage person who stands in one place. So you have a lot of damage, and then you just have Sivir, who's kind of I want to sit behind the tank line that I don't have.
The non-existent tank line, the Zyra plant tank line. Let's go.
Is a real thing, by the way. If you've never been one shot by a Thorn Spitter from full health, you haven't lived.
Which, to be fair, Norman Sucks also grabbed a Zillion, making their composition equally squishy. So this is going to be a excruciatingly bloody game. That's for sure.
You see, the thing is, I'm wondering to see if Pyke builds Pyke right or builds Pyke with damage. Because there's a good way to build Pyke and a dumb way to build Pyke. Because the nice thing is if you can build Frozen Heart first, because Pyke can't gain more health, but with all of the resistances he gets incredibly tanky, and still his base damages are really high. So if you can build CDR at mana and armor at the beginning, then you can just spam your spells over and over again. Go in really at no cost. Like, I've played against that build several times in Plat, and it's so cancerous to deal with as the ADC, because he just dives on top of you and can solo kill you, and you can't even bring him to half health, or at least not his Jhin.
Right.
Even with a BF sword, you just don't do any damage, and then, he just walks out and heals back to full HP.
That's the trolliest thing ever, is when he just heals everything back. It's such a feels bad. Before we get too far, let's go ahead and go through the players and the champions for the side of Team Rando Rambos. We've got Gank mid Please with the Irelia in the top lane, Rifle Scout with the Kayn in the jungle, Flyer 666 with the LeBlanc in the mid lane, Lucifer 626 with the Sivir in the bottom lane carry role, and Silrunman taking the Zyra in the supportive role.
And for Norman Sucks, we've got Vanquished on Fiora in the top lane, Quartho on Pyke in the jungle. We've got Dragon N1 on the Ziggs in presumably the mid lane, Arrow F on Lucian in the bottom lane ADC role, and DKC rounding it out with Zillion in the bottom lane supportive role.
All right, both these sides super squishy, super engage heavy. They want to be making plays. Fiora diving in, Zillion bombs being thrown everywhere. You got double bombs from the side of Norman Sucks with the Ziggs and the Zillion. I gotta say, though, I still like the side of Rando Rambos simply because I think that they have combined CC that could give them that bit of an edge. When it comes to the Zyra ultimate knockup, Irelia can multi-stun, Kayn can go that darken mode to get AoE stun or knockups. LeBlanc can have those snares as well. Kind of between their composition as a whole, they're very engage and reset fights and have enough CC. Whereas you look for the side of Norman Sucks, no one really has true CC besides Pyke and Zillion double bombs, if they're lucky.
Yeah. That's a really good point you bring up there, Jake. The thing is, the way to shut down assassins is when they jump in, you just CC them to death, and they can't do anything. However, there is really no point-and-click CC here. Zillion bombs are... Like, Pyke has 2 stuns, but they can be difficult to hit, especially on high-mobility targets like the ones on the opposite team. And Zillion bombs are even harder to hit, so locking somebody down is going to be a little bit difficult. I like the laning matchups. I'm not sure how Irelia into Fiora goes. That seems to me like a skill matchup. Kayn, I feel like is a better jungler than Pyke, but it's kind of even. Pyke brings CC to table while Kayn brings damage to the table. So it's kind of a wash there. I think LeBlanc should definitely beat the Ziggs. And then roam her advantage over to the other lanes. Sivir just flat loses against Lucian early game. However, she's much more powerful in toward that late game stage. However, Zyra is kind of the balancing force here. She's definitely a stronger support than Zillion. If And Sivir, especially in this particular case, considering that Sivir has the spell shield for Zillion Bombs,
right.
so she doesn't give a rip about those.
That's the thing I was going to note, is that not only is the side from Rando Rambos have pretty good mobility, Kayn walking through walls, hops from LeBlanc and Irelia, except for the super squishy Zyra, but she's going to be wanting playing backline anyway. Sivir is kind of that one target that you say, okay, maybe we can lock her down, maybe we can kill her, set it to a 4v5 fight, and kind of turn things around a little bit. But Sivir's got that spell shield. So if that's a Zillion Bomb that's coming down, she just drops the spell shield. Even if the first one's hit, it's not going to stun. If Fiora is trying to dive in, there's a pretty good opportunity that if you think about how LeBlanc's chain works, it's not like a Zed who could hop away to a shadow a full screen distance away. Everyone for the side of Norman Sucks is still going to have that chain land on them. Lucian is only a minor dash. Pyke is only a minor dash. Fiora is a minor dash. The one thing the Norman Sucks has that I don't think we've talked about yet is maybe DKC on this Zillion can really change things around because of that ultimate. You got Fiora that dives in, everyone dumps all of their burst damage onto her, and then Zillion's got that ultimate to save her, bring it right back into the rest of the game, and everyone's burst damage from the side of Rando Rambos is gone, so they don't have anything else for the rest of the team fight. But that's got to be some really fast finger clicking if you're going to try to do something like that.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at this Lucian bot lane, though. Lucian does just have the ability, if he gets in, so if Zyra burns her snare and some of her burst damage in that initial phase, just right at the start, and then Lucian doesn't burn any spells, she can dash in, or he can dash in and get a big chunk down onto the Zyra, who's going to be forced to burn pots, and if that can happen a couple of times, they
might find Vanquish. I'm not sure if they know the Vanquish is in here. They just kind of predict that he's going to walk around and they're going to find Vanquish, who goes over the wall, flashes, but still be hit by this stun at the very end. Vanquish should be going down. One more auto attack. Irelia picks it up. Gank mid, please. Takes first blood.
Okay, that tilts that matchup a little bit. Like I said, skill matchup there at the beginning. I do think it's a little bit Aurelia favored at the beginning, just because she's a stronger champion in general. However, nothing like first blood to give you a little bit of a laning advantage.
Well, the side of Norman Sucks is going to steal away the red buff on the enemy team side, and we did joke about it a little bit, but it is the Pyke jungle, Cartho, coming out with that. He's got pretty good gank potential, but keep in mind, he is fairly squishy.
But on the other side, you do have Kayn stealing away the red buff, so not fooled by the subterfuge here. They're just going to have some vertical jungling going down here. But Kayn did start his opposing numbers Raptors, so actually coming out positive in this trade right now. And then it might be an early level 2 gank top, knowing that the flash is down. Rifle Scout making incredible... Oh, no.
He thought about it, but the wave isn't quite in good position. For any of those that are questioning whether or not there could be some stream sniping going on here, that's not possible. We are actually 3 minutes behind the live game, so there's no way that any of this was known. As another critical strike from Vanquish. Can't find the angle. Ooh, Irelia might have been going down there if you had been able to get that angle correctly with an Ignite as well. One bomb onto Sivir's head, not going to be too concerned about that.
Yeah, and just to make it clear right now, Aurelia is not actually in an advantage because she elected not to go back. She is not purchased. They are on even footing until first back.
This is LeBlanc and Pyke bouncing around, playing with each other, but Kane's going to show up here, make it a 2v1. Irelia showing up as well. Now it's a 3v2 with the Zig showing up, trying to get a little bit of extra damage. Whoa, nice blast cone, as well as Satchel gets them into the wolf camp. The little bit of healing onto Pyke as he flashes the wall, keeping himself alive for the moment. Rifle Scout into the back line, trying to see what he can do. Is Tri-Dragon going to be the target? That's going to be the one jumped upon, but there's no extra damage or knock-up from the Kayn because he doesn't have Darken mode yet. Vanquish is getting extremely low. Needs a couple more auto attacks. Can't find it. Rifle Scout's going to go down 1 for 1. Cartho going to be in trouble. Another auto attack from LeBlanc will take him out. It's at 2 for 2 as Tri-Dragon, the only one left to stand, and will be dropping to Flyer 666. Then crazy high blood action already starting the game off as 5 people go down. Double stun in the bottom lane though. Arrow gets his own kill in the bottom lane.
Exactly what I was talking about there. Blew all the spells, but didn't hit any of them, especially didn't hit the CC, providing an avenue. The double stun comes through from DKC, and they make good capitalization on that, now just forcing Sivir off the wave right now. Now, we do have to talk about that fight a little bit, because it's had a big effect on the state of the game. Aurelia is in a huge position right now, getting 2 kills and then immediately going back after his number. He did go down in that fight, but that's not much of a big deal. Vanquish popping that mastery right there.
I really do know how to play, guys. Don't worry. It's Kane ganks in the bottom lane. Arrow in a little bit of trouble. The Q from Sivir. Just going to cut very close, but can't take him down. The heal use makes sure that he is still alive. But keep in mind, though, the flash was burned by Sivir to try to flash forward and land that Q. And her heal was burned earlier, so she has no summoners in that bottom lane. The heal unable to save Zyra the last time around. As you're talking about from the fight early on, it's a 2-0 and 2 LeBlanc in the mid lane, who I'm pretty sure hasn't backed yet. She's sitting on 1,500 gold.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. And she has double buffs early, so she's not going to have any problems of shoving this Ziggs out of lane. He's just going to have to sit back and farm with Q. She can spam spells to her heart's content, as well as have that regen from the red buff. Granted, those will be wearing off in just a moment. Pike gonna land the hook, but I don't think this is a fight he wants.
Yeah, LeBlanc gonna try to land the stun. Oh, is able to actually get the snare in a moment, as Ziggs Q will drop her low enough to pop the passive. Kane coming in as well, making it a 2v2 at the moment, as Vanquish in the top side, trying to 1v1 against Aurelia. Aurelia's gonna dive underneath the turret, pick up the kill. Might go down the turret shot, the heal, not gonna be enough, does go down. Those turret shots do way more damage than you expect, as Zyra's looking for a gank in the mid lane. It's 3 against Try. This might be what he's used to, though. He drops the satchel, hops his way out of the snare from the LeBlanc, pops the Lux emote as well. They're turning on to Pipe, but he's already stunned his way out to safety, as he's going to go back in, trying to find some damage onto Flyer 66. Decides to think twice about it, as Rifle Scout's going to come around. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still fairly even in this game. Only 1,000 gold difference between these two teams.
Yeah, we don't really have much time to break down all that's happened so far, just because the action is non-stop. But I do have to question the Aurelia going under the turret there. As fun as it is to crush your lane opponent and just make them feel your dominance and all that, he was already at a 2 kill advantage. He's still at a 2 kill advantage. Same gold differential, but he also ended up giving over that kill and the experience to his lane opponent. So really not worth right there. Trading kills is always worth for the party that's behind. Whereas the smarter thing to do there as Aurelia, it's not as fun, of course, but you just stand in front of your minion wave and keep them away from it. Trade every time they come forward.
I think that there's also the added thing that she might have given over a shutdown gold as well, because she'd hit that 3 kill spike. And so there was an opportunity for shutdown gold to come through, as we see another fight in the bottom lane. Kane going to be stunned up as Rifle Scout trying to find the engage. Nice blast cone is going to separate those two junglers.
That was actually Sivir who popped it.
Oh, Sivir, what are you doing? You're kind of ruining her own teammate as... Whoa, Gank is going to burn down for the Ignite. Vanquish finds a trade of kills with only the Tiamat for that top lane. Now these top laners have boots, but with that kill now gets to shove the wave in.
Yeah, and... to your point, though, Riot made a change 2 patches ago to where they could, that in the course of a fight, kills earned in the course of a fight do not contribute toward a champion's bounty.
Okay, cool.
So, however, there is shutdown gold available at 2 kills. However, since she did go down in that earlier fight, it's actually the perfect staggering of deaths, because she got 1 kill, then died in that fight right after getting the second one. So no shutdown gold went over, but it is still just a kill over. And I mean, that's a pretty big deal, as you can see, because now Aurelia is basically even. She's still down 300 gold, but that's a lot less than like first blood and 2 kills plus 20 CS. The gap has really closed in top lane. Speaking of gap, down here in the bot side, We've got Lucian and Zillion pushing in on this turret. Looks like they're going to break 1, maybe 2 plates. Now they're just going to break 1 and back off.
Yeah, play it safe, get 1 back. And one of the nice things about it is it's the safest route to go if you can't guarantee getting the second plate. Because what you don't want to do is get the second plate low, then back away and have the minions finish off that second plate while you're not around to enjoy the benefits of that. As we see that ultimate coming down from Fiora, the top lane, gank mid, going to be in trouble. Hopping back and forth with the minions, trying to escape for the moment. The ultimate will wear off, so Fiora will not get the heal, but has plenty of damage and really avoids the stun, or the ultimate from Pyke. So was burned uselessly. However, he still is able to pick up the kill, and that is going to give a little bit more gold back to the side of Norman Sucks, evening up the gold overall, as bottom lane second plate is going to be falling off. What? I think they're actually going to miss out. Really curious now.
Oh, wait, no.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah, they end up getting it. I really like the turret plating mechanic. There's been some people complaining about it. However, I really do like it. I think it was a good compromise between the super fast lane dominant pushers and the more slow scalers.
Oh, ultimate from Siren in the bottom lane. Nice flash from Lucian. Tries to drop the culling. Won't be enough. The ultimate from Zillion, though, is going to keep him alive for now as he's going to run forward, trying to make sure that he goes down. Sivir waits it out. Flashes forward with the auto attack. Beautiful wait from Lucifer. Gets himself another kill in the bottom lane. It's actually the first kill of the game as Vanquish in the top side has to hop away underneath the turret for safety as we see Pyke trying to gank in the bottom lane. It's still a 2v2. He's got double buffs. Immediate might down onto the Zyra. Pickups 1 kill as Flyer 666 in the mid lane is going to be chasing down Tri-Dragon, throws out the Q, gets the passive popped underneath the turret, doesn't care too much about that, and will be able to walk away. So still overall even in kills, fairly even in gold, and this game just continues to get bloodier and bloodier.
Yeah, this is definitely not one of those passive farm it out till 6, or even until like 20 minutes that we've seen before. This has been non-stop high-pace action from minute 1, even before minions spawn.
Rifle Scout gonna go in onto the Pyke. He finds him. Keep in mind, this is that jungle Pyke, so he's a little bit squishier. Oh, nice ultimate from Kayn. Follows Pyke all the way over, trying to reposition. Gets popped with the blast cone right next to that Pyke, so he knows where he's going. Sights him up. Oh, but a good flash from the Pyke. Repositions over the wall, so he's actually going to be now chasing in onto the Kayn, who avoids that nice bomb from the Ziggs, as he's going to try to throw out all the bursts on a Flyer 66. Uses that Destroy to get out of position, and is able to pick up the kill. Will probably going down. Flashes the wall, is able to get out alive as Arrow's trying to chase down a Rifle Scout. Don't think he's gonna be able to get the kill even with the Ignite. Pyke comes to the bottom lane, throws at the bone, lands another beautiful repositioning from LeBlanc, keeps her alive, but finally goes down. Pyke gets the kill. Rifle Scout now wants to chase in, can't find the knockup though. Lucifer and Cyroman trying to chase it in, will allow Pyke to walk away. But man, those are some crazy moves from the LeBlanc as we see Fiora going in with an ultimate in that top lane. But she's been disarmed underneath the turret as well. The turret shot's going to come through. The healing's not enough. Blue Irelia picks up her own kill. Gank gets another kill on that top side.
Man, that Lulu outplay. No, definitely a really intense battle in that top lane right there. It's going to be 3 turrets plates broken in the mid lane, so decent amount of gold coming over to the bot lane. Though Superman is going to get caught under the turret. It almost goes down right there. Very close. And the wave clear of Ziggs is going to stop another turret plate from going down, though a few more auto attacks probably would have done it.
Rifle Scout in the bottom lane finds a knockup, trying to run away as Lucian's going to go underneath the turret, but LeBlanc shows up, is able to pop one, and the turret shot, because of the bomb, takes out Zillion in the meantime. Flyer 66 shouldn't be have to worry too much, takes out Arrow as well. 5th kill of the game. Luden's Echo completed. LeBlanc don't even need boots.
Irrelevant.
LeBlanc don't even need boots.
Yeah.
I guess Ziggs doesn't either, because he hasn't picked those up yet.
He's been too busy hiding under his turret. Why do you need boots if you're hiding under your turret? Speaking of ADC, here comes the jungler.
Yeah, that spell shield not going to be used. Nice moves by Kartho, actually waiting out the
is
spell
irrelevant.
Shield, and uses that ultimate, picks up the first kill for himself with that ultimate. But he's 5-1-1 overall in the game, really competing nicely with that LeBlanc. As Kayn, lots of ganks, couple of assists, not as great of an impact.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that sentiment. He's got 4 assists, so he has kill participation, And they do have a lot of kills onto that mid lane LeBlanc. So that is kind of his contribution to the game, both in the mid and the top lane. He has been doing work, just not quite as much work as this Pyke.
He's going the Darken route, and so you're kind of thinking maybe he's going to be going more of that tanky assist route, and not so much full-on engage, assassination, 12-1, carry type potential. As the disarm going to come through onto Fiora, we'll see if Irelia resets off the minion wave to get out of harm's way, as it's going to be traded out. Tag, you're in. Rifle Scout gets his own kill. He heard the casters. He said, what do you mean I don't have a kill? Fine, I'll come and get my own in the top side.
Yep, definitely caster curse right there. Tri-Dragon probably going to go down right now. Going to burn down with the ignite. And yes, he will. Hold on. The Pyke is top lane, and he is not going to throw out the ultimate. Gank mid needs to back off if he gets hit by the ultimate.
The sidestep! Irelia goes in, finds the kill, and with the heal off of the Conqueror is able to live through the turret shot on top of it. But man, Irelia was baiting that Pyke in for a while. I also loved in the mid lane that distortion from LeBlanc multiple times has gotten her out of range of the Ziggs ultimate. And I think twice now he's thrown it and it hasn't really hit anyone. The root comes through on the bottom lane ultimate as well. Zilean ult gonna save the Lucian for now as DKC trying to set up the double bomb, is able to do it as Zero's trying to get damage down. The heal comes through though from the side of Sivir. Calling from Lucian, only needs a couple more shots, isn't able to take out the Sivir, and so instead the flash forward from the Zyra guarantees Lucian going down. And now with two members still chilling in the bottom lane, we'll see if they push it in. Is DKC doing his best to wave clear? Looks like he'll hold that turret for now.
Yep, Rifle Scout back top lane again. Vanquished, overextended, no wards, and it looks like it's going to be another kill traded over. Gank mid is now in an incredible position again after losing it initially versus the Fiora. He's gotten himself back up.
LeBlanc wanted to go in anyway, hops a little bit closer, finds the root on top of it. Flyer 66 on a rampage. And they're going to turn on to the Rift Herald as well, trying to knock that one down and just continue to stack their gold advantage, which is already sitting at 5,000 gold and growing. So things are looking good, especially once that LeBlanc and Irelia just got completely unlocked to this game.
Yeah, definitely. And up in the top lane right here, we've got this Herald that's about to be dropped. I think they should take it mid lane. Top lane already kind of broken at this point. Mid lane, same. However, breaking those two inner turrets really opens up the jungle and splits it in half. That way, that gives them an opportunity to open up, split some more wards into the enemy jungle, and then work from there on getting picks, which is exactly what their composition wants to do. They want to get picks. They want to then set up for Baron after they've knocked down one, maybe two members. Particularly effective with this squad, I think, would be a Baron bait. Ward out the enemy jungle with control wards, force them to face check you, and then get 2 or 3 picks.
Pyke sped up by Zilean. He's going to go right through the goalpost. He's still got a double bomb from the Zilean. Drops the ultimate on himself as well, trying to reset it as Irelia comes from the backside, finds the kill onto the Lucian. Pyke also goes down by LeBlanc, who's assassinating everyone. Wants to go in on to try, follows with the flash as well. Distortion to finish him off, and that is nearly an ace for the side of Rando Rambos, who collapse in the bottom lane post Norman Sucks engage. Pick up yet another turret. Their third of the game as Fiora is trying desperately to split push on the top side.
Yeah, it's not going to be super effective though, as Sivir is going to be coming back top. At very least, she might get this top lane turret, but there's a Rift Herald in play right now. This is easily going to be this turret and possibly a good chunk off of the inhibitor turret, if not taking it all together.
Pyke is going to be going down. The Rift Herald charges in, getting a nice chunk of damage down onto that inhibitor turret. Rifle Scout tries to get through the wall, hops his way to safety first, as the bomb from Ziggs is going to be chasing after his tail. Looks like he will be able to escape for the moment, though, as LeBlanc's clone was popped earlier. She's able to get out alive, though. So again, still more advantages for the side of Rando Rambos, and they got a pretty good chunk of damage onto that inhibitor turret on the bottom side.
Yeah, definitely, and they're going to pick up this Ocean Drake, which is amplified. The very first Drake has a more significant bonus. I think it's like 3% bonus, 4% bonus, something like that. I can't remember. But Still going to be a stronger Ocean Drake. Not terrible on this composition, as they are just going to be diving in and bursting. Hold on, Rifle Scout coming in, not going to whip the knockout. Probably should let this go.
He's going to try to chase it anyway. Uses that ultimate to follow through on the Zillion, who's speeding himself to safety. Is Kane just going to continue to chase it out. Flyer 66 going to find Try in the mid lane, burst him down. It's a burst in the bottom lane as well. Double bombs from the Zillion. Not going to do that much as they landed on 2 different targets. So Lucian goes down. Pike steps forward, but he has to keep in mind he's 1v3, slipping his way into his own base. He's ulted by that Aurelia, who doesn't go in, using that reset on the jump. So pretty expensive ult to waste. However, they're so far ahead at this point that it's not too concerning because, man, things steamrolled at about the 10-minute mark and just have kept going since then.
Yeah, definitely. And Sivir in the top lane, holding it down against the Fiora. I do think this is the best place to put her right now. Fiora is really going to be a non-factor in fights right now because she's so behind. And the same with Sivir. The kind of fights that are going down right now are not the kind of fights Sivir likes to take part in. So putting her farming in that side lane, she can easily wave clear against the Fiora without much threat of an all-in. I mean, there's nothing Fiora can really do to engage on her when she has ultimate enough. Meanwhile, we've got a fight looking like it's going to happen in the mid lane.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to engage as the LeBlanc's going to start it all off. Going in, finds this stun. Fiora's already gone. Zillion ults himself, but that is super early. That should wear off before anyone else is able to get in and find the kill. Gank mid, please. Going to get a double stun on top of it. Going on a complete rampage. Godlike underneath the turret. Finally goes down, but it's a self-sacrifice worth making as Lucifer almost goes down. 626 is able to get out alive for now. So you got a 1v1 at the top side. Kane versus the Pike. Pike finds not a stun. It's actually a nice flash from Kane. Tries to reset it. Pike going into the brush, just playing around, moving around. We'll see if the Pike can get out of the Kane damage as he's going to throw out the Q. He's going to miss one more time. Cartho trying to escape. Finds this stun. Uses the nice bone lance and he's still doing circles. Jumps the ultimate, but it's not enough. Rifle Scout wins the 1v1.
Yeah, that was a pretty intense 1v1 right there. I love the ult from Kane right in the middle of that. He got to the point where he was just at execute range, and then he popped the ultimate. He was trying to bait out Pike's ultimate right there. Didn't quite do it, but almost got it off, and that would have been a sick outplay. Regardless, he still wins the 1v1.
Still wins the 1v1. 28 kills to 12. 10,000 gold in the lead. Rando Rambos on a rampage overall. 13-1-3. This LeBlanc. Flyer 666. I don't think we've seen him play on the stream before, but man, if he comes back, he's a player to keep an eye on because he has done an incredible job so far this game. Gank mid, please, as well. One to watch as we may see a 1v1 with Vanquish in the bottom lane as the Fuhrer says, hey, you know what? Maybe this isn't the fight that I'm looking for, and I'll back off.
Meanwhile, top lane, we've got a little bit of just dancing back and forth. That was a really bold dash right there, Lucian. I get you want the pink ward, but you don't have vision of that bush, and there could easily be a or really anything in this game that just wants to blow up a little ADC.
And this is scary now when the enemy team's Kane can solo your Fiora. And that did not go according to plan. Ziggs dropping the bomb to try to clear out the minion wave, but Aurelius already picked up that turret on the bottom side. His Pike ultimate going to finish off the Zyra, so that's one kill back. Flashes the wall, trying to avoid the LeBlanc. He's just going to hop all the way in. Trying to finish off Cartho. Is able to get the, I think, the execute damage from the electrocute. His arrow going to be burned down on the top side. Double kill for the LeBlanc. In the meantime, Aurelius underneath Nexus turrets. Doesn't care. Picks off one on the Ziggs. Is now 1v2 against the Fiora. Double bombs from Zillion. Gonna send her back to the fountain as Rifle Scout really just wants to finish off this inhibitor. LeBlanc says, who cares about inhibitor? We can go for more kills. Vanquish is gonna be dropping Rifle Scout though, so they get one back. Still lose the inhibitor as Silver's burning down that mid lane inhibitor. LeBlanc is still hopping around. Got the double kill on Fiora as well. Will be able to back away though, so that is double inhibitors. Rando Rambos still continuing to take everything and the enemy team's names as well.
Yeah, all the Rambos need to do is just drop wards in the enemy topside jungle and bait them into a fight. They already have Baron Vision control, though there is a pink ward in that top river brush. All they have to do is just ward out this whole top quadrant, and then they can bait out an easy pick, at very least the Pike, probably also pick off the Lucian or the Zillion, something along those lines when one of the two goes to drop wards. At that point, then once they've removed 1 to 2 threats, the enemy team will just have to seed Baron or Suicide into them to try and stop it, and that'll just be the end of the game. Alternatively, they can just play out the Baron dance until double waves.
Can they get the Infernal Drain? That's the question. Norman Sucks is not going to be able to get it. LeBlanc steals it away in the meantime, though. Arrow in a bit of trouble. The Zillion has ulted him, though. They got a ton of damage. And the execution onto Aurelia. That is a huge pick for Norman Sucks. Despite losing the Infernal Drake, they're able to take a major player off of the table for now against Rando Rambos. They're going to back away back to the base, though, because they got Super Beams pushing into Vanquish. Cancels the recall? He's just chilling.
Just chilling.
Yeah, and then starts
Okay,
to recall.
maybe he just fat-fingered a button and didn't realize he wasn't going back.
All right, well, the Baron is now the objective for the side of Rando Rambos. They should be able to pick it up without too much trouble. No one here to contest. They've avoided the entire area. No need for a Baron bait like you were talking about earlier, where you can just take the Baron and back away now with another huge objective. Something else to keep in mind. Rando Rambos have taken every neutral objective this game. Rift Herald, Double Drakes, and a Baron. This team is not messing around.
Yeah. Though I do think that that the Baron would almost be more effective as a baiting tool than it will be to actually push in, because this is a kind of team that doesn't really like to group and push. Granted, splitting into 3 lanes, putting Zyra, Kayn, and Sivir in top lane, and then the other 2 solo laners in collapse positions wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
Oh, Aurelia finds a double stun. The disarm not going to do that much. Will be going down again. Lucian able to get the kill credit this time around, but 4 members is still pushing in that top side. They should be able to take away the second inhibitor turret as Flyer 66 goes in for the Lucian. Gets a pretty good burst of damage down, knocking him to about half. Not sure where Zig's ult was really headed to as he's trying to clear the waves in the mid lane that are onto the Nexus turrets. As Rifle Scout just hanging out in the enemy team's wall, you know, just doing as Kayn does, running away for the moment as Vanquish tries to get in a little bit of damage, dashing off to the side. Kayn still going to come through, pop the Zillion ultimate as the Resurrection is going to come through on Fiora. The Zyra ultimate completely wasted off to the side. The top lane inhibitor goes down. Rando Rambos in a really good position. Cartho on the backside, waiting for an opportunity to try to step in and use that ultimate, but it's 4 tight-knit grouped members of Rando Rambos, and they aren't splitting up, which is what he wants to see. So far, Norman Sucks hold on to the Fountain, or the Nexus turrets, but it's going to be another strong push from Rando Rambos as they're going to move right back in. Aurelia starting it off by taking away one of those Nexus turrets. Should turn on and pick up the second one as well. Arrow having dashed back to the base. Fly 66 is doing what he can. Takes out one Ziggs, and that's going to be one of the own members. Sivir being dropped as Vanquish is in trouble. The rest of the team coming through it, but this still should be the end of the game because Rando Rambos is not messing around. Gank mid, please. Finishes it off. 34 kills to 19. An insane game from them that started off super even, but man, they just turned it on.
Yeah, the game started out hype, but once it hit about that 10-minute mark, we got to, like, there was some back and forth initially, but then really quick after that top lane fight with a few ganks from the Kayn, you ended up seeing it just completely snowball in the favor of Rando Rambos. So, let's do MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts real quick. So, for Team Norman Sucks. I think I'll give the honorable mention over to Vanquish. He gets that because he was set behind 2 kills in the early game. He was 0-2 with 1 assist and down almost 20 CS. Still managed to solo kill his opponent in lane twice, and then just got camped out and still managed to have a measurable impact on the game despite drawing almost all the jungle pressure in the game and being set behind real quick in the game with that level 1 catch out. So that'll be his. So that'll be honorable mention over to Vanquish. I think Quartho though deserves the MVP. Map pressure on this Pike. He consistently came top lane, though not quite as much as Rifle Scout, who single-handedly managed to turn that lane around. However, he did come mid and had a really big impact on bot lane, getting himself several kills there and really bringing threat with him wherever he went. One of the few members who was doing really well on that. So, as for Team Rando Rambos, we're going to we're going to give the honorable mention over to Rifle Scout. That top lane, though, gank mid please, ended up with a really nice scoreline. The reason for that is all Rifle Scout right here. The camping that happened in that top lane really turned around Vanquish's lead that he got for himself, which could have easily snowballed out of control. Vanquish's mechanics on this champion, very strong. And hold on, Cody's gifting subs again.
Yeah, Cody just gifting 1 to dive, making sure that he can throw out those hypes as well. Giving 42 gifted subs to the channel. This man is insane, but it's also why he is the VIP of the channel. I pay for this. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, as you were saying, Rifle Scout for the honorable mention. I think I know who the MVP is.
Yeah, gee, I know scoreline doesn't always determine exactly, who MVP and honorable mention is, as with Rifle Scout. But in this case, it kind of does. Flyer666 getting that MVP. Good lord, man, on this LeBlanc. I said in the beginning that he should probably beat the Ziggs, and he did, and then roam to other lanes and take his advantage there, and he did. And then just proceeded to completely destroy everybody. Yeah, definitely getting that MVP over to LeBlanc. Flyer666, well played. Really acting as an anchor for his team in that mid lane.
All right, guys, we're going to go on a very short break. We'll throw a marbles game up in the meantime, though, as we get set up for game number 2. Going to be Team Athena versus Kyrano. And part of the reason why is that Athena did ask specifically to play in game number 2 because they have members that have to go to bed early. So did I do good, Coach? Yes, you did, Flyer. Man, that LeBlanc was insane. So, guys, we're going to go on a quick break. Don't go anywhere. And if you're interested, feel free to